It's a little bit of a challenge to get some real good footage of her rowing without just being a hot mess. One of the things she does is she watches these videos, and she can watch videos and say, well, my arm is in the wrong position, or one hand's higher than it should be, or, you know, stuff like that, stuff that she recognizes. I try to get her some good video that she can see and look at. A lot of times when we come down here, first thing she says is, let me know when you get them videos in the computer, I want to look at them. So this, and I'm not looking at her, I'm just looking at the camera. A lot of times I can't see her when I'm looking at the camera. I can tell by that sound. When you hear them oars skidding across the water, that usually means she's doing pretty well.
Cool.
One of the things this is doing is helping me get some pretty good exercise too. Every time we come down here, I bring the boat down and I bring it back up. I've had a few people talk about what we're doing here and why there's no docks and stuff like that. This property, 200 feet from the water up, belongs to the Corps, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. They don't allow you to put anything on it. They want to keep everything pristine, which means no docks. Not really supposed to have boats, but I know some people who'll put a boat in the water and they'll pull it up on the bank, leave it for a while. I know a few people's got a canoe or a kayak sort of pulled up into the woods and they leave those things. But basically, we're taking that boat all the way up to the house and all the way back every time she rows right now. And we'll probably continue to do that. For one thing, we're not violating anything that has to do with the Corps of Engineers as long as we do that. For another, it's pretty good exercise, and for another, she can keep that boat in a pretty protected environment. It's up in our shed, out of the weather, and she can clean, all that stuff. Not laying around here with snakes crawling in and out of it and raining in it and getting mud on it and stuff like that. So that's not a bad thing. I don't mind. You know, the exercise is good for me and it gives me and her something to do together. When you're retired and you're married and you're in love with your partner, having things that the two of you can do together is actually pretty awesome. So even though it's kind of her hobby, my part that I'm playing in it, by helping to carry the boat and helping to provide the tools when she makes adjustments and taking these videos, it kind of gives me something I can do, a way that I can participate in her hobby with her. We've had some time to think about what it's like to be retired. You know, when you're married, especially if you're married and you're young, you got kids, man, it's hard to get any time to have any relationship time with your partner, and it's probably why so many marriages don't last is, you know, you don't have time to get to know who your partner is and spend time with them and stuff. But when you're retired, you got that time. And, you know, the whole point of all this, we could be sitting at home watching TV and could have never left Maine and could have spent all winter sitting in the house watching TV. But the whole point of this is give us something new and different to do, something exciting, something to do together as a couple. A new adventure, and everything is a new adventure. You know, it was a new adventure to come here. When we go home, that's going to be another new adventure, getting used to the house again. I still got the hot rod, the old cars, the antiques waiting for me at home. That'll be something new to be doing when I get home. That's sort of my hobby. When we get to Maine, we'll probably do some car shows. She's always really good about going along with me to the car shows and packing a picnic lunch and, you know, things like that. So it all works out. It all works out real good.